Okay, so I'm trapped in the Walmart grocery pickup line, and I kind of wanted to pick up on the last video. So yeah, this is me without my awesome pretend hair. Nonetheless, I really just wanted to comment on a couple things on the World of Warcraft vein. And that's, some of the things that I really respect about the game and the developers. I don't think other people quite understand the level of complexity that it takes to build a game. I started building with BioWare's Electron toolset and with the Aurora toolset previously. I think that's the right order. Anyway, so I used to build game worlds. I built persistent game worlds, which are kind of the Protean version of our MMOs. Probably built the foundation for people who are trying to design it, but basically it was servers hosted by real people around the world, and then we hosted these MMO servers that we built ourselves. So I built a huge part of a server based off of Baldur's Gate in the Forgotten Realms, and I built a huge part of a server in Silver Moon City, and that whole area, if you're familiar with it, as well as other things in Moonshade Isles and things like that. So I built all these servers, and as I came into World of Warcraft, I was constantly blown away by the level of detail, because I understood every little teeny asset and every little placeable and every little ground texture, and I understood how hard it was to get these things perfect and right. And I really respected what was going on and just the level of detail. And then we hit Mista Pandaria, and then my mind was blown, literally. Mista Pandaria was a video game art masterpiece of graphic design, of modeling, the armor itself, all of that stuff, just exquisite work. And it really showed just the level of detail that Blizzard could really handle, without, in an environment that's kind of cartoony but still very fantasy. It was simply exquisite. And we don't really see that kind of level of detail now, as things are kind of getting more ultra realistic. And then of course Warlords was okay. A lot of people didn't like Warlords. Actually, a lot of people didn't like Warlords. But as I came back towards the end of Warlords, I went into Legion. And once again, Legion blew us away. Legion brought us back home to where we had started, where we had seen in Pandarian previously, where we have these vast, gorgeous, meticulously designed servers and areas. And basically within those areas, just exquisite work. Just tiny, exquisite, tiny little clutter. And each of those little candles and each of those little hamburgers and each of those little Suramar little tiny mana food things were meticulously placed one by one, maybe made into groups, but everything was meticulously placed and added, modeled, designed, glow, VFX, and then the characters and everything. So once again, I was just blown away. So I really want to say that we respect what you're doing. We know the level of complexity that it requires to make everything in World of Warcraft, at least a certain sector of us do. And so when I feel like I say to people, get your $15 worth, 15 years, $15 a month, I got my $15 worth, and I paid with my subscription fee a tiny, tiny, eeny weeny fraction of every Blizzard employee's salary, a teeny weeny tiny little fraction. I think it was $2,000 in the last 15 years. I don't know, I did the math, but so you get your money's worth. And I can sit around and bitch and complain all day like a lot of people do, but I know I get my money's worth because I know how those games are built.